Viv Fangio, who came from the Bears, he was the defensive coordinator, head coach in Denver for now 3 seasons. Here he is from earlier today talking about his potentially tenuous job security as he closes in on going 0 for 3 and getting the Broncos to the postseason.
Do you ever worry about your job status?
I don't. And I know you think that's a standard answer, but for a lot of reasons, I do not worry about it. And those reasons are personal to me. But do I acknowledge that it's certainly out there and could happen? Absolutely. But do I worry about it? I absolutely do not worry about it for many, many reasons.
And look, you gain nothing by worrying about things that you can't control. I think, Charean, Viv Fangio is boosted by the fact that he's got a contract for 1 more year, and the team is likely going to be sold before next season begins. If you go out and commit coaching money in today's market to a new coach, 4 years, 5 years, whatever, new owner shows up and says, not my kind of guy. Sorry. You've tied the new owner's hands with a coach, and you've increased the cost of buying the team, and that $50 million or whatever it would take to potentially buy out the new coach, that ends up being shared at a minimum, or at worst coming off the top of the purchase price. So there's no reason to do it if you're the Broncos. Let the next owner figure it out. And the reality is by the time we get to March or April or whenever a deal would be done, it's going to be too late. So I think the circumstances favor Fangio getting 1 more year, and then he walks away without a buyout after the 2022 season, unless he's great and hits it off with the new owner and the new owner decides to keep him. But I think Fangio is sticking around in part because of those dynamics, and also they weren't horrible this year. It'd be different if they were 2-13 at this point. They're 7-8, and that's better than many thought they were going to be. So he may get 1 more year just because of the fact that they're not going to want to go out and commit huge money to a new coach until they know who their owner is going to be.
Yeah, exactly right, Mike. And that was my same thought process. I do think he gets another year, and it'll be like Jason Garrett. You let the contract run out. If he's great, gets him to the postseason, great, we sign you to an extension. If you don't, your contract's out, you move on, your coaching staff moves on, and the new ownership gets to hire the new coach. So I think that's how that's going to play out. They are the #1 scoring defense in the league right now, and I think that speaks to how good of a defensive coordinator he is. They've got to get some offense. Every coach we're talking about on this list, they share one thing in common, and that is the quarterback situation. It's so unsettled. When you go back to the Bears, yes, they drafted Justin Fields, and they think they have that guy. They started 3 quarterbacks this year. Probably should have started Nick Foles the entire year, but they've started 5 quarterbacks in Matt Nagy's 4 seasons. You look at the Broncos. The Broncos haven't found that quarterback yet since Peyton Manning retired. And since 2016, they've started 10 different quarterbacks, and they've tried every which way to get that quarterback in there. It hasn't worked out. If they can find that quarterback, get some scoring to go with that really good defense, they average fewer than 20 points so far this year. But if they can find that quarterback, and I think they're going to go after one of those veteran quarterbacks, and he's going to slip right in, and they could be like the Broncos with Peyton Manning because the defense is good, because you have weapons on offense. So who knows, if he does stick around, Mike, and they get one of those veteran quarterbacks, this could be a coach they could hire long-term and give him an extension, because I think they can be really good in a hurry if they get that quarterback.
They've definitely shown signs of improvement, and quarterback is the one area where they would need to get better, and they could, and they become attractive to one of these guys who will be available. And we know that that quarterback carousel will be spinning sooner than we realize.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.